Episode 4.
You are our first physical guest on the couch, so welcome.
Woo! Thanks. Excited to be here.
We should probably tee this up. Jen, do you want to introduce?
This is my manager, Mary Lyle. Welcome to Cupcakes with Cup Show.
Thanks. Excited to be here. Excited to dig into some cupcakes.
Should we get started on that?
Yeah.
I think probably,
I think we should just start
All
with
right,
the
so new format, behind the scenes, because we're hearing that people are liking the cupcake thing. It's hard for us to eat full cupcakes, and we want to taste more cupcakes. So this time, we're going to play this kind of like Hot Ones. Starting with the top one.
This one.
The chocolate one, cake.
Oh, the chocolate one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At 12 o'clock. Let's start there.
Okay.
Tell
I'm just
me
going to go full hands.
what you're tasting. I'm going to stick with the fork.
It just tastes like chocolate cake.
It's good. The icing's kind of different, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what kind of icing that is. Do you? You know what I mean?
You want to take a guess?
Oh,
this is a game.
Is it a part of the flavor, the icing?
Yeah.
It's like buttercream.
Plus?
Vanilla.
It's like Oreo.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very
I
delicious.
could
This
see
might
that.
be my favorite so far.
Yeah.
It does taste like an Oreo.
Second bite on that.
It's good.
Now I got to pace myself here.
The others have some visual cues, but we're going to taste through it.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready to go on.
I'm ready.
Some more cupcakes?
Yeah.
All right.
One more cupcake.
All right, one more cupcake. Go to your right.
To the blueberry one. Well, it looks blueberry. What do you
Spoil
mean?
it. It does look.
There's a
It
secret
looks
ingredient.
blueberry. So
Tell me when you taste it.
tastes like we have this place in Arizona that makes lemon blueberry pancakes. And that's what it tastes like.
I do taste the lemon.
I'm getting it too. It's not so secret.
It has fruits in it, so it's actually healthy. You know, that's how that works.
Healthy blueberry cupcake.
Yeah.
Pretty delicious, but should we jump in?
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be talking about kind of behind the scenes look at what makes Jen the LPGA superstar that she is, and a standout in golf and life on tour, and the role of her sponsors and the importance of having a trustworthy team. And so Mary Lyle being your manager, kind of setting up the team, making the teamwork make the dream work. Want to talk a little bit more about kind of what you do in your role. So if you can help the audience know what that means.
Yeah, sure. I think I like to look at my role. Well, it's a pretty wide-ranging role, but I think my primary kind of responsibility is to help Jen and my clients with kind of all of the professional aspects of being a professional golfer so that they can focus on the golfer aspects of being a professional golfer. So my kind of day-to-day work involves everything from, helping to negotiate and manage her partnerships and sponsorships, being a liaison for her with the tour, with the media, kind of handling media requests as they come and helping you through those as well. And also with your social media. So it's kind of, wide ranging on that side. And then also just in like day-to-day logistics and scheduling, and just I'm lucky with Jen in that she's very self-sufficient and likes to do a lot of her own sort of travel stuff, but can help where needed. And yeah, so kind of all over the place, but that's what keeps the job interesting for me. So
yeah, I bet no 2 days are the same.
No.
So you mentioned having other clients. So how many players are you managing? Because it feels like it would be a lot to just work with Jen full time.
Yeah. I work with a handful of clients at a time and kind of varying levels of involvement in each too, which is, makes it a little bit more manageable. But I work specifically in golf and in golf only, and work with clients both on the LPGA, on the PGA Tour, on, varying levels, Korn Ferry Tour, Champions Tour, and then also even some clients in the broadcast world and in golf too. So I'm kind of all over the place.
That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Jen, anything to add about how you work with Mary Lyle?
I think it's just like anything that I might need taken off my plate so that I can focus on the on-course things. I can always ask her for help or have her take off my plate. So I think it's just literally anything I can't handle myself. Like, I know that she'll be there to help me.
Be a resource.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't or maybe don't want to.
Yeah.
You can offload to me.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What are some of those things?
I mean, all kinds of things.
Yeah. I think it's just like a random thing. Like, I'll be sitting and I'll be like, oh, I need to do all of this scheduling for all my flights and stuff. And I need to reserve hotels over in Asia. And all of like the Asian swing is kind of organized by the LPGA. So we just kind of tell them what we want and then they have to reserve it for us. And like, sometimes that's so much to manage all of the different pieces and talking to people about doing it. Like, it's so much easier for me to just go in and book it myself. So I tend to just like offload that kind of stuff
run with
so
it.
that she can do that kind of managing part.
Yeah.
So all kinds of things, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, all kinds of things.
So how did you get into your career? Like, what did you study in school? Are you a golfer?
Yeah, Jen actually doesn't like it when I say that I'm not a golfer because I do play golf, but just very little. But I grew up around golf. Everybody in my family plays golf for the most part, and I knew I wanted to work in sports, and it made the most sense to work in the sport that I knew the best. So I majored in sport management in college, and I interned a lot throughout college in different areas of the business to help me figure out what exactly I wanted to do. And upon graduating from college, I think talent management was really the last kind of area that I hadn't had a lot of experience in. And so started my internship in talent management with Wasserman Golf, and then got hired 6 months later by them and have been with our group ever since. So the rest is history really there, but
Really cool. And so how did you guys actually start working together and get kind of paired up and click and make sure that it worked?
yeah.
Yeah, I think nowadays it's even like in college, but when I was in college looking to professional life, I kind of just like met with a bunch of different managers, companies, whatever, like a bunch of them. And then I think we just really clicked really well at the beginning. She's from Winston-Salem, where Wake Forest is. So I think that kind of helped. And that's really what I think made it work, is we just clicked really well at the beginning.
Yeah, I think so too. That's where I think it was just kind of, at least I hoped even too, when, Jen actually kind of left me hanging there for a while when I was like really trying to sign her.
Tell us.
But I did admire too that she was really, she and her parents both really went about signing with an agency in a really smart and respectful way, and that, really like did your homework and wanted to make sure it was the right fit for you and how you want to operate. And then I was hopeful too that because we clicked that would help, and I think it did, and I think it does even help in just like how we work on a day-to-day basis too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're do you guys want to do more tasting, or should we keep going?
We can try one
Yeah,
more.
let's go for another.
Sure.
Okay. Tell me what you got on the next one to your right.
Okay.
I see some interesting elements here. I need to make sure I get it all in the first
I'm gonna
bite
go
too.
for some smell to see your experience. Oh,
For those who can't see, there's some glistening sprinkles on top of this one. Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Snickerdoodle,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I mean, that's what it looks like as well. So that kind of
What
gave
does it
it away.
taste like?
But a snickerdoodle.
It tastes like snickerdoodle for sure.
Is snickerdoodle triple cinnamon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what the...
You've never had a snickerdoodle cookie?
I don't think so.
What?
You're missing out.
Wow, you need.
If you like
Now we need to
cinnamon-
get cookies.
Yeah.
Cookies with cocoa.
Next season.
Oh, man. Okay,
is really good.
that's... I can't imagine it in a cookie form. Oh, maybe I can.
Really good. It's honestly similar. Or it's like they're typically really soft and they're kind of like sugar cookies with cinnamon in them.
Like it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
What's your typical go-to cupcake before we
cupcake?
offered you all these randoms?
I don't really discriminate when it comes to cupcakes, honestly. Like I'm pretty easy to please with a cupcake, but I guess if I was my go-to, I don't know, maybe like the Oreo one. I like chocolate cake. I also like the funfetti sprinkle ones too, which you guys might have to have me back on because I don't see a funfetti one on here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's okay.
We apologize.
Next time.
I think we might
You
have
can
one
just
in
take
the
one
stack
from the
here.
stand.
It's okay.
No, just kidding. We don't have it.
Like I said, easy to
is that
please.
one? No, maybe.
No.
They don't last long because that's usually the first one I get into.
Yeah. What's your go-to?
Salted caramel. Yeah.
So how do you approach kind of pairing the right sponsors with Jen and aligning her values and kind of building her brand?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the ultimate goal would be that it comes naturally, which I think in Jen's case, a lot of the time has been the case. And that the types of people that you like to work with, I think, and the types of companies and brand values, like a lot of what she has in common with Protiviti's values, I think kind of come naturally in that, you're a good person and you have good values. And I think what's most important too is like setting you up to be able to be authentically yourself. And, I think where if we were in a conversation with a brand that wanted her to be some type of person that isn't true to her, that we would probably shy away from that. But, like in situations with your relationship with Protiviti, it's come so naturally and been so cohesive. I think that, to see a company like Protiviti that has supported you for so long now to even come up with this concept of a podcast show and things that lean into things that you love and lean into, how you like to operate and carry yourself and be yourself is really the kind of ultimate setup in a partnership, I think.
Thank you for saying that. I think on our side, kind of looking at our ambassador relationships, we definitely want to be a partner, just like we are with our clients, like not in a transactional, we pay for a logo and that's the end of it. Like we really do want to be a partner and so happy to collaborate on this. And thanks for entertaining it and kind of being so authentically you and sharing that and kind of giving us this platform to kind of get your story out and build your brand. So happy to be kind of a part of that.
Thank you too.
Yeah. So trust is such a crucial part of making these things work. Are there any examples of a time when maybe your team didn't mesh or there might have been obstacles where you kind of had to rebuild? I think sometimes you can come out of those ideas stronger, or it could just obliterate a relationship. Any examples of, what you're looking for in a team and what works or doesn't?
Yeah, I think there's just so many moving parts to the professional golf life or professional athlete life. Obviously with manager, caddie, financial manager. Obviously my parents are a big part of my support system. Sponsors. I think like the biggest one that can change out of all of those is my caddie. Like you're with someone for so much time throughout the week, throughout the days, that it's really just like, if something happens in a relationship, I mean, it's like if you're dating somebody, if something happens in your relationship to where it gets fractured, it's not going to work anymore just because you don't trust each other anymore or anything, something like that. So I think that's like the main thing that's changed over my career is my caddies. I've had multiple caddies now, but really like the rest of my support system has stayed pretty much the same. And I think that's just due to working well together with whoever it is, working well with my sponsors and partners. It's all just great relationships that are cohesive and work together really great.
Yeah, that you can work through. So we didn't really dig into this, but I left leaving one of the previous conversations thinking about, how did you break up with your dad as your caddy? Can you talk to that?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know this already?
No.
Well,
No.
Tell the Augusta specific story.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I was still an amateur with my dad. He caddied pretty much for every tournament, as an amateur. And so when I got to Augusta, the Augusta National, women's amateur that I won, he was caddying for me. And, the first couple of days are at a different golf course, and then you play Augusta on the last day. So I got to the last day, and I had already played Augusta like early in the year, or a year before that, and I had a caddy that was actually at Augusta. So he knew the golf course, he knew the greens, he knew everything about the golf course. So I had him come and caddy for the practice round at Augusta National. And yeah, it was just like before I could even tell my dad, like, hey, I'm going to have him caddy for the final round instead of you. The media asked me the same question. So he like found out, well, the media found out before I was even able to have a conversation with my dad, which was a major bogey on my part. But like no hurt feelings. He obviously understood. Just would have preferred if I would have had a conversation with him. But yeah, then as a professional, having him out for, I believe it was the first 5 events, it kind of just came to the point where, I mean, we were all staying in the same hotel room or same, like, 2-bedroom place.
Right.
That it was just, like, so much time with my parents. And, like, that's great to a certain extent. Like, it got me comfortable being on the road, renting cars, like all that stuff I had never done before. But obviously all of that comes to an end. Like it just wasn't working anymore, and I just needed to switch it up and kind of put on my pig girl pants and do it on my own kind of thing. So that's pretty much the conversation that we had, and that's how it went.
How did it go? If you don't...
It was fine. I think he obviously was sad about it because he had been with me for so long. And obviously he wanted to be there and continue to do it. But also to the point where he was getting older, like carrying a heavy tour bag is not great for him. So I'm sure he definitely was sad, but obviously understood and was grateful to not have to do it anymore. So I think it was just a good time to do it.
Yeah.
And there's something too, even like at the end of the day, like we know you like to kind of shut off golf when you're away from the golf course too, where when you're also sharing a hotel room or across the hall, a hotel, and going out to dinner right after a round, like it's kind of nice to be able to be like, you know what, we got to, talk about something else, and where it's like he's also involved in the day too. It's that's got to be a challenge.
Yeah, it's just like so much time together. I mean, time, that's the main reason I don't have my husband Jay caddy for me. Like, it's just so much time spent together that you just, I mean, I don't even hang out with my caddy that much out on tour. Like, you're literally at work at the golf course for so long that you just want to get away from that person or go do something else. And that's kind of what it came down to.
Yeah. So if we're talking about teams and kind of switching gears here a little bit, thinking about team play, can you tell us a little bit about that dynamic when you're typically going week to week, a solo player on your own, lone wolf, then you're kind of in the team dynamic. How does that look for you, or what's different about that?
I mean, it's definitely like completely different than what we are normally doing. I mean, even coming from college, being surrounded by a team that's always there, traveling together, cheering each other on, to then going out and playing professional by yourself. Even that transition was different. But then, yeah, to have the 1 week or couple of weeks out of the year or every other year out on tour, to have a tournament where all the U.S. girls are all like, you're on a team with another player. It's really great to be able to work together towards a goal when normally you're just competing against those same girls. It's just great to be able to like work together with them instead of all the time by yourself.
And so when you leave the team dynamic, are we talking about Solheim or other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can we talk more about it?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of questions, as you know that I do. So how does it switch back and forth? You know, Solheim is the most viewed, wildest kind of fan engagement, rowdy, exciting, for all levels of golfers, kind of spectator, best of the best. How does it change to go from playing in that dynamic to then playing against those women the following week, or, you know, in a week after?
I mean, it's just like so different because like,
you can keep them out of your bubble.
Not that I don't like get along with them, but like I'm not best friends with all of the girls on the team. So yeah, you like come together for the 1 week and you're all working towards one goal. You're all hanging out in the cottage or the team room or getting to know each other more. And then, yeah, it's just like so different. You switch it off to completely switch it off the next week and then play against them. And just like, it's just like during the team aspect, you're all getting on a bus, you're all listening to the same music, you're all going out in the practice rounds together and then going back to your own bubble. You're doing everything on your own. You're not playing practice rounds with them. You're not riding to the course with them. So it's just very different. Like it's a high energy week, Solheim is, and it's exhausting and it's high energy for the fans as well. And I'm sure everyone goes home exhausted as well. Probably not as exhausted as us, but it's just so fun. But then it's very different from individual.
Your week to week is pretty exhausting, in my opinion. Do you have a preference? Is it hard to go in the team dynamic? I think we've talked about you kind of liking your quiet and kind of being in your space. So do you kind of prefer the solo play, or
I wouldn't like I don't know if I would
being
say
a part of a team? I don't
yeah. I think that would be a good way to put it. Like I appreciate being part of the team, but obviously doing that every single week would be a lot.
It's hard.
It's just so high energy all the time. Early mornings, late nights, not much sleep. And yeah, as we said, like I like my me time. So when we do have the long days, then like I can get like mad or jumpy and that obviously then breaks the team dynamic. So it's just like being able to control the emotions that I have in that area is really important.
Yeah.
Know when you need to go take a nap at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So last year's Solheim Cup shattered records, like 42 million people consuming. I think they did a great job with the social, really creating that fan engagement. Have you seen that kind of drawing more attention to you or more spotlight or, I guess, fan engagement directly? Outside of just Solheim Week, has that kind of increased or bumped you in having to have more fan engagement and recognition?
I don't really think so. I think it's more so just, I think it's the growth of the women's game that's going on right now. I mean, all of women's sports really is also why Solheim was so big this past year. It's just the growth in women's sports and more fans and more media requests, I guess, on the weekly basis. But I wouldn't say it's like gotten so much crazier just from Solheim.
Yeah. So does your...
I think it helps even just in terms of like awareness level though, or like, even this year too, there were just so many good storylines that came out of Solheim too. And you got to know different players and see different, there are also just so many funny, like behind the scenes things that came out of this year's Solheim, too, that I felt like, more even in the people that were already golf fans, but like got to know you guys better. I feel like even this year, and in that it was also like such a strong team and so many superstars all in one place that it was kind of like everybody was like, oh my gosh, wow, Team USA is loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really exciting thing to be a part of as a fan.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about what it's like to, and I want to come back to the fun behind the scenes stuff. Should we go there now? Give me something.
Go, whatever you want to do.
Tell me something from behind the scenes. What's
behind the scenes at Solheim?
Yeah.
I have some blackmail things that I can hold on to.
Ooh.
I won't. I'm kidding.
Shall we
Maybe
cupcake?
not. Maybe.
What?
Don't worry about
I don't know what she's talking
Don't
about.
worry about it. Just some celebratory content.
We don't
that
need to
won't
talk
see the
about
light
that.
of day.
Vegas rules.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. What stays or what happens in the team room stays in the team room.
Yeah.
We did have Jordan Davis did a concert right after opening ceremonies. And me, well, there was like 3 of us that went to the concert for part of it. And then we were back at the cottage and all of a sudden he like shows up into our cottage. So that was super cool to be able to see him, meet him, take pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Gave y'all a little like hype pump up speech.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Was there like a resident DJ in the team room? Or does it, in terms of who was in charge of the odds?
Yeah, we had the caddie that took his shirt off, obviously, as you can imagine, because he was crazy. He was so fun. But yeah, Allison Lee's caddie was the hype man with the music on the bus and in the team room. And then I guess another behind the scenes that obviously nobody knows about, but walking into the hotel every day off of the bus, we would go into the lobby, like blasting the music and singing and dancing to I Just Want to Dance with Somebody. What's the name of the song?
The Best, Whitney.
Yeah. I was about to say. I don't
Love
want
it.
Yeah, so that was
Who picked the song?
I'm not sure how. I'm really not sure how
you can't not dance to that song.
It's a great vibe setter.
It was great, but we would, it was like kind of the layout of like an embassy suite. So like the lobby just like, oh my gosh, the volume was insane. Like even
people were coming out of their hotel rooms.
Oh yeah, and like talking to the Europeans after, they're like, yeah, we could hear it in our rooms like every single day. Oh, there they are.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was so great.
Maybe you guys need to come up with some sort of, like, they were probably like, oh, we know when Team USA is coming and going. Like, we know they're on the move now.
Yeah.
We
It's like the unofficial national anthem.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So how do you balance your personal routine with the team prep? Like when you're at Solheim, are there required team practices?
Yes, our captain Stacy was pretty good about like listening to what we needed to do, but also like I don't know, she just did a really good job of organizing. She's a pretty good organizational person, so just being able to help us with what we needed to do, what she needed us to do for the team. So like if we needed to go play with a partner that she wanted us to try it out with, there definitely was stuff that she wanted us to do, but she also gave us times and options to be able to go do what we needed to do to feel best prepared as well.
Yeah.
This is reminding me actually of another kind of, as far as team dynamics go too, interestingly, you should tell about your physio. not being able to work with you during that week.
Yeah. That's another member of my team I forgot about. My physio that travels, he's an Australian. He travels with the tour and he works with like 5 or 6 of us out on tour. But yeah, Suzanne, the European captain, snatched the Australian boys at the beginning of the year for the Solheim Cup.
To be like the team physio for Team Europe.
Yeah, to be the physio for Europe. So I was left without anybody, but we managed.
So the USA team didn't have...
We had our LPGA people, so like there was still people there to help me, but yeah, I mean, it's
not your regular
it's
routine,
kind of important with like, I mean, he knows my body, he knows what I need, what I usually have problems with. So it was a little bit of a bummer, but yeah, it was definitely really interesting because I would like see him with all of Europe, and I'm like, you're on. Like,
Yeah.
This is another reason I want to win. Kind of thing.
Well, I was actually going to ask that. What is it like playing for your country?
Yeah, I mean, it's really special. I think it's obviously the greatest honor. I mean, it was even better this year to be able to play in our nation's capital as well. That was really special and something I will never forget for sure. But yeah, to just put on the red, white, and blue along with all of my teammates, captains, all of the fans screaming and yelling, I think it's one of the greatest weeks and really one of the most fun tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done, from the kits just to we talked about the social media coverage. It was just really exciting, even not to be there, but to feel a part of it and to have that like country pride.
So cool.
So what's your favorite, do you have a favorite Solheim memory as a player or as a fan?
I don't know if I necessarily have one. I mean, not maybe from this last one. I think my first one back in 2019.
I think that's right.
Yeah, in 2019 here on U.S. soil as well, playing with Lizette Salas. She had been on so many Solheim teams before, and obviously I was a rookie to it. So she kind of just took me under her wing, and it was so fun to be able to play alongside her. And that has definitely been the one that I've played the best in. So I had quite a few fist pumps and crowd roars that were pretty exciting. So I think that would be probably something that I'll remember forever. That week was really amazing with how I played and performed and being alongside her. So yeah.
Can we do some teammate questions?
Sure.
Who's the loudest teammate on the team while celebrating?
For the U.S.?
Who's the hype on your team?
Megan Kang.
Are you the quietest? No.
No?
I don't think so.
Who's the quietest?
I don't know.
Maybe Lexi.
Yeah.
She kind of just keeps to herself.
Yeah.
What's your go-to celebration move? The fist pump?
Well, I don't really like celebrate on the week-to-week basis, but yeah, in the team aspect, yeah, at Solheim would probably be fist pumping.
What about when you score a goal in FIFA?
I usually just like
Do you have a
scream
touchdown dance? Or?
No, I'm just like, yeah, into my mic.
Okay. Jen, thank you so much for kind of recollecting your Solheim experiences and talking about the team and letting us see the team dynamics. And Mary Lyle, thanks for joining us. It's been really fun. Do you want to have another cupcake, or should we call it?
Yeah, I think we need to eat.
We have to
to try the rest of the cupcake.
All of them? Okay.
We only got
There's only two more.
more.
It'll take us out.
And these
Okay,
are actually a
take us
little, I'm like not sure what either
Play
of these
us
last
off.
two are.
This one?
Just kidding.
This one.
That one does kind of look banana-y,
Yeah.
maybe.
We're going to try the pink frosting one. That's like strawberry shortcake.
Bingo.
So
Is that what it
good.
is?
Wow.
Really good. The
Like it?
icing.
Yeah, it tastes literally just like strawberry shortcake. Incredible.
It is pretty good. Did we do the banana?
Please hold.
Back to back, I need a palate cleanser.
All right, on to the banana.
It's good.
What kind of frosting is this?
I think it must have banana in the frosting.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's like very strong.
Like I feel
It's
like
like
a lot of the banana flavor is in the frosting.
Yeah, it looks like banana bread, kind of, but it's like a punch in the face of major banana with the icing.
Tell us what your favorite cupcake is in the comments.
Okay. Oh, good.
Thank you for joining us, Mary Lyle. And any last words, Jen?
Oh, I think it was a great episode, kind of taking us through the team aspect of my career and my support system that I need. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Fun to be a part of. Happy to be a part of the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And happy to have Protiviti a part of the team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. I think this wraps up this episode. So join us in a couple of weeks as we talk resilience with another special guest.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.